Hey, how's it going today? It's another episode of Bill and Tony's Excellent Adventure. That is Bill Althouse. I'm Tony Stevens, and we're live from the Sandy's Restaurant Studios in Blue Springs, Missouri, just east of Arrowhead, just east of Kauffman Stadiums in Kansas City. Our full podcast episodes are on YouTube, they're on Spotify, they're on Patreon. You can check us out on TikTok, also on Facebook and Instagram. We welcome your comments. In the last couple of weeks, we literally have had hundreds and hundreds of comments on various topics. And please like and subscribe. And if you really like, go ahead and share, too. We'll start off today, as we do every week with the show, the sports hot topics of the week. And, of course, the big game yesterday, the Super Bowl. Was that like the most – you know what, Billy? For me, it was the snoozer bowl for 3 quarters. Yes. Final score 29-13, Seahawks over the Patriots. And that's, if I'm counting on all my fingers and toes, that's 42 points. And I think only 12 were scored in the first 3 quarters, if I'm not mistaken. 12-0, and no touchdowns, just all kicks. Quarterbacks, neither quarterback was really that good. I mean, poor Drake May. It's probably a good thing he didn't win the MVP.
Really?
He would have felt even worse.
Yes.
But Sam Darnold I guess he did what he was supposed to do, Bill, and that was don't turn the ball over, let the running game take over, and let your kicker do whatever he does. And the kicker, made 5 field goals?
Super Bowl record,
Yeah.
but he's not MVP.
Nobody
from defense was MVP.
We were talking before the show, and you said, "What?" And I thought this too yesterday. Can't you just give the MVP to the starting defense, defense?
That would have been amazing.
That would have been good. And, God forbid they give one to a kicker. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Although, and we'll get to this in a second, they just elected a kicker to the Football Hall of Fame.
Adam Vinatieri, who went to the Super Bowl with both the Colts and the Patriots.
They could have done that. But you know what? The running back, Kenneth Walker III, was good.
Oh, he was very good.
He's good, and he's a free agent.
Hello, Kansas City.
Oh man, we could use a young man like that.
How about if you got somebody that ran hard, but for more than 1 yard?
And not into the backs of his offensive linemen. No, we're not mentioning
What about
names.
that one play where they showed it like 3 or 4 times?
Where he slowed down?
Yeah,
I know.
He's just standing there.
That was like Le'Veon Bell used to do.
Yes,
remember?
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not even in slow motion. He stops. He looks around.
Yep.
He takes 2 more steps.
Yep.
The thing goes, the blocking goes like that, and he goes for 15, 20 yards.
I know.
Yeah, that was really good. 6 sacks by the Seattle defense, 2 interceptions, including a pick six. Boy, poor Drake May. It wasn't good. I mean, I know he ended up with close to 300 yards, but that was all junk yards at the very end. Did you notice this too? There were no penalties.
I couldn't
for
believe
3 quarters. No penalties for 3 quarters. That game was going along really quick. Halftime came quick. Speaking of which, did you watch Bad Bunny?
I did.
You know what? Me too.
I
watched it.
Interesting.
It was interesting. I mean, I understand some Spanish, but and I picked up here and there. But I don't know his music. I didn't know any of that stuff. I thought the setup was kind of neat. I didn't realize you were talking about that wedding scene where that's when Lady Gaga came out, and then right after that, Ricky Martin came out. But you said that was a real wedding?
That was those people, that couple.
I didn't know that.
Sent Bad Bunny an invitation to their wedding, and he had somebody get back and say, "We'll do you one up on that. You want to get married at Super Bowl halftime?" Can you imagine? That's crazy. Good for Bad Bunny. I thought that was awesome.
So there was the alternative. What was that called? Turning Point Show?
Something.
Did you turn to watch that?
No.
No, I didn't either.
No.
Now,
Although I heard it got 5 million views.
Well, Jerry turned it to see what it was on, and she said, I go, did you like it? She goes, they were singing all these sad-ass country songs.
Yeah.
When I was on there, she said, it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
And she said, no, not that the songs were bad, but she goes, I don't want to hear all that. I said, well, I get it. But I didn't see it.
No, and I had no desire to see it.
Did you see any of the commercials that stood out to you?
I love the one where everybody from 1970s, 80s TV came at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
that was awesome.
That was Goodwill Duncan.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Ben Affleck. I really, one of my favorite characters of all time, Jason Alexander playing George Costanza. I mean, he was in there. That dude looked like he ain't changed a bit.
I know it. I know
From
it.
Friends, Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Of course, Jennifer Aniston, and then she had her new boyfriend at the end, who was Tom Brady.
Yes.
So,
but Stacy liked that part.
That was yeah.
She goes,
yeah.
I'd do a commercial if I could do
course.
it with Tom Brady.
I thought early on I'm not a big Bon Jovi fan, but "Living on a Prayer," State Farm. That was a pretty good commercial.
That was good. And and that was Key and Peele.
Yeah,
I don't know which one it is. I think Key.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Oh gosh, Danny.
Oh, I didn't see who.
Danny McBride.
Okay.
Was the guy with the long crazy hair, and he had some great. I don't know if it was HBO, Showtime, whatever, but some series. And I got it. And then when Bon Jovi shows up with the State Farm guy, that was just the perfect ending. That was good.
That was good. The one that really actually made me laugh out loud was the Instacart the Bananas commercial with Ben Stiller.
Yeah. I know.
They're dressed up in these satin rock and roll outfits from the 70s.
Yes.
Kind of the stuff that I used to wear when I was playing back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And he climbs up on top and he jumps and he crashes through the drum kit. And there's like shit everywhere.
No, that was good.
That was a funny commercial. But
and I'm a softie. I cry at commercials, and that one with the eagle and the Clydesdale horse.
Yeah.
I like that.
You like that one?
I like that, but I'm a softie.
All right. So and I don't know what the ratings have been yet. We didn't catch them.
I haven't heard anything.
But you know what, man? I can't imagine they're that great. I don't know.
I mean, when the suits and ties at the network heard we're going to have Seattle and the Patriots, not the Tom Brady Patriots, but just the Patriots. I'm sure they were ready to jump off a ledge or something.
I mean, even though Kansas City is a small market, but the Patriots and Boston and Seattle don't have. Yeah. I mean, there were just not a lot of stars, superstar names on those teams. But whatever, we'll see. As of this morning, the Seahawks are the favorite for next year's Super Bowl already. Chiefs, I believe, are 9th. So we'll see.
We'll see who can argue with that after this year?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something we haven't mentioned? McDonald, the coach for the Seahawks, started at that team as an intern. And 11 years later, he's got him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, in his last 3 years, he was, I think, a position coach, then a coordinator, then a head coach, wins the Super Bowl.
I know it. I love it. Great story.
Good for them. Before we move on, in the NFL honors, which was the day before the Super Bowl, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig, and Luke Kuechly. Those guys all deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
And I love the videos where a Hall of Famer who played a similar position goes and presents the jacket to it at their home.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And the MVP, Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rare that the MVP of the league isn't in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it happens most of the time, but I think they got it right.
Oh, I do too, and I loved it that he brought his 4 little girls all dressed the same. That was just so sweet.
Yeah, it was good. Some sad news, a former Jets first-round pick, and he played with the Chiefs and actually won a Super Bowl ring with the Chiefs, although he was not active during the game, but he did play a lot of snaps that season. I think that was the first Super Bowl that we won with Pat. He was arrested in Tennessee, charged with first-degree murder of his girlfriend. His name was, do you remember Darren Lee?
I do.
He wore 50.
Somewhat.
Yeah. He's the suspect. They took him into custody at the scene. They did not give her name right away, but he played 58 games with the Jets. Guy's still only 31.
Yeah.
He was MVP of the Sugar Bowl. He was a first-round pick for the Jets. Who else? How many first-round picks of the Jets have just either bombed or gotten in trouble or not panned out, including Sam Darnold?
Yes.
But this is a sad story, and this one is even freaking sadder. The one the one guy that when you knew he was on base, he was going to steal that damn base. And we're talking about Terrence Gore, who played, the majority of his brief career with the Royals, and stole all those bases in 14 and 15. Got to win he actually won more than one World Series. He played from 14 to 22. I think he went to the Braves, then the Cubs, and finished up a little bit with the Dodgers and the Mets. But man, this is a kid that had only 85 plate appearances, but he had 43 stolen bases. And played in 112 games. Never hit a home run. Had 1 RBI.
Yeah.
But you know what? He got more World Series rings than RBIs. He's got 3 World Series rings. Yeah. Drove in 1 run. But that's what it was about. It was all about speed.
And I tell you what, something we're going to be talking about here in a minute is John Wathan's induction in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
John was a roving minor league instructor working on how to get leads. He had the only major league record with the Royals for several years, 36 stolen bases for a catcher. And John would talk about Terrence and just say, you just let him go. And how, he's in there to steal a base. Everybody knows it. The popcorn guy knows it. The hot dog guy knows it.
You're right, Bill.
And he would do it.
He did. And I saw a quote from Eric Hosmer, because a lot of the players were,
he put out a touching tribute with pictures that almost made me cry.
Yeah, he said, there's one thing to steal a base, but there's the other thing to steal a base when a stadium full of people knows you're going to steal it.
Yep.
And I thought, man,
that's true.
Haas, that's awesome.
That's true.
And they loved that guy. He was really popular.
He was in the middle of everything in the locker room. They had Segways. Dyson had one. Haas had one. And they'd have Segway races in the locker room and all that. And Terrence was right in the middle of all of that. And yeah, that really, made me sad when I heard that.
If you're wondering how did this kid die? He was only 34?
34. Yeah.
He had, and I still don't know. I mean, I've tried, and I don't know if you got it.
I've tried, and I can't find any decisive.
All we know was that he had a planned surgery.
Yes.
That I don't think was a major surgery, and the surgery went all right.
Yep.
The surgery was completed. He was in recovery, and something happened, and he didn't survive.
So sad.
Wife and 3 kids, I believe. And it's just
I know.
Really, really sad.
I know.
You just brought up the John Wathan, who is now the 32nd member of the Royals Hall of Fame. We talked about when we had Billy Moss on. I told him, I said, dude, what the hell took you so long? Well, John Wathan is 47 years with the Royals, and finally he's getting in. He was the Royals' #1 pick in the 71 draft, so which would have been after the second year of the Royals. And you know what? He quietly lived up to it, man. He was not a guy that, we got to get out there and see John Wathan. But you know what? When you went to see John Wathan, that dude was just flat out good. He was just a good player.
He played first. He was a catcher that set the major league record for stolen bases.
It still stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A leader. Just a great, great guy on the field in the lawn. It was very tough for him when he took over as manager, coaching or working with these guys that the day before he played with. Yeah. But, he got fired when he had a winning record.
Well, and his overall record was a winning record.
Yes. And, a broadcaster, an ambassador, a scout,
development.
Everything.
God did everything for this team and did it well.
He's the godfather of my oldest son. John was the first.
Really?
I worked at a little TV station in St. Joe, and I could only come to games on the weekends, and I came down and talked to some players. The next weekend when I came down, he goes, "Hey, Bill, how's St. Joe?" And I thought, man, he knows my name. That's pretty cool. So wonderful guy and so deserving.
And, people in Kansas City, they know him as Duke. Mm-hmm. Did you ever hear him? And the reason why is because I guess he does an incredibly spot-on, accurate John Wayne impression.
Definitely.
I'm sure you've been around that.
Yes, I think, one year the Royals were on the Gong Show, which greatest show in the history of the world.
Who was on it?
I think it was John and Splittorff, and there were three guys. I don't remember the third one, but I think that he gave a little Duke on that show, and he had the walk, he had everything down.
Well, he's going
the walk and the talk.
So you talked to him a couple days ago?
Yes, talked to him. He's on vacation and gets back on the 20th, and the following week he'll be a guest right here at Sandy's.
We'll get him to do that, Duke.
Oh, he'll love that. Yeah,
we'll get him to do the Duke. That's great, John Watson. That's good. I'm excited to have him in here.
Yes.
That's going to be really good. A little tidbit about the Royals and something that's been really popular at Kauffman Stadium for, I guess, decades. Buck Night. You know, every Tuesday night, get the hot dogs for $1.
You're right.
And you know, that's a great promotion for during the week. Tuesdays are kind of a dead night.
Sure.
So they're backing off of the the dollar dog night. They would always be every Tuesday during the season, every Tuesday, no matter what. Now it's only going to be the first Tuesday of the month.
Wow.
So, which means, well, how many are they going to do? 6.
Yeah.
There'll be 6 dollar dog nights. So I guess that means less elbows and earlobes for Kauffman Stadium this year. In a related story, there's a company called Fan First Entertainment that has something to do with baseball, in a sense. Last year, 113 games, played in front of 2.5 million people. Almost 2 million items of merchandise sold. Their average player salary is $100,000. You know who I'm talking about, the Savannah Bananas.
Oh yeah.
And have you ever seen it? Have you ever been to one of those games?
No.
Well, I haven't either. I've watched
them.
I
kick myself in the butt every time I think about it.
You know, when they started, it was the Kansas City Monarchs that brought them here.
Oh yeah.
And they brought them, and they would sell out Legends Field. And then they brought him back the second year, and they sold it out back-to-back nights. And then the people over at Kauffman Stadium said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, if you could sell out 2 nights there, we can do one here. Now, what did they do, 2 nights last year?
They did 2 nights, yes.
And they're coming back May 30th and 31st.
Okay.
Kauffman Stadium.
Okay.
Get this, and they change it up. They change up their antics every year. And they're talking to Cirque du Soleil. I mean, what the hell could you do with? I mean, is this going to? Seriously, you guys, is this going to be like? Okay, slow down. It's too much. Are you going to see like people on freaking jumping off of stuff on? I mean,
how are they doing it without a ceiling? You know, I mean, I could see it at a dome place, but unless they're bringing their own hanging.
I don't know, man.
Deals to hang. I don't know, but it.
I'm going to get hated for this, but I really don't have any desire to watch it. I mean, I'm a baseball guy, and I know, right now they're all saying, you're just an old, Yeah, I guess I am, but I could probably watch maybe a half hour of it, 15 minutes of it. Yeah, that's really funny. That's cool. That's good. And then it's like, where's the Royals game? But,
well, and it's much like the Harlem Globetrotters.
I know.
Back when I was a kid, Meadowlark Lemon, Curly Neal, Geese Tatum, those guys, but I ate it like
they played
candy.
some ball, though, man.
Oh, they could.
Tony went to see you. He saw them.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to soccer news. We've talked at great length about here in Kansas City that the 5 teams, and now Argentina is going to, with Messi, they're going to make this their home base, and Messi's going to be in this town for like a month.
I know.
Now,
can you imagine?
The English team, England's national team, has completely bought out one hotel for their entire stay.
Have they really?
Yeah, it's I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's the Inn at Meadowbrook. It's in Prairie Village.
No.
It's kind of a high-end boutique hotel. I mean, they're not going to stay at, Queen City Motel. Sure. But it's in Prairie Village. There's 54 rooms there, and they've bought the whole place out. Wow. So, we'll see.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, another pretty prominent voice in the soccer world is calling for a boycott of FIFA World Cup in the United States. The former FIFA president, that's Sepp Blatter, wasn't he involved in a whole bunch of scandalous stuff?
I know someone was. I don't know if it's him.
I mean, if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I apologize. But this is a quote that he said, quoting, "There's only one piece of advice for fans. Stay away from the USA." Yeah, I don't know.
I can't wait to see what this is. I can't imagine. This is the largest sport event in the galaxy.
Yeah.
And I've heard restaurants are going to flourish. I've heard they're not going to flourish. I know a lot of people are upset with the United States right now, and it seems like he's certainly one of them.
Well, I got a piece of advice for him. You stay your ass out of the USA.
Yeah.
Don't come.
Yeah.
Whatever. Some really unfortunate Olympic news. Lindsey Vonn. Oh, man. First she
Tore ACL.
And then she said, "I'm going to make it. I'll be fine." She gets on the slope yesterday. 14 seconds in, she caught her arm.
I know.
On the flag, was it?
Yes. The poles that they go in and out.
The poles. And it caused her to spin, and she broke her leg.
Oh, I know.
So that's out. Now, this is something I think maybe a lot of folks have heard about. The ski jumpers and the penile injections. You know this story? Have you heard about this story?
What do you read?
No, come on, now stop. This was on television. It was on ESPN. I saw it. I've read it.
Was it in that book, Tony's Nuts?
I had to show my wife that book the other night when that last episode came out. And if you guys don't know what the hell we're talking about, just
watch the last episode.
This has been really one of the most awkward conversations, if not the most awkward conversation. Now the International Ski and Snowboard Federation has dismissed it all as a wild rumor. And when the Federation comes out and says wild rumor, it's true.
It's true. Yeah.
So it all started in a German newspaper. They reported that ski jumpers allegedly got penile enlarging injections of hyaluronic acid to increase the size of their suit. And as a result, it would increase the distance of their jumps. And then it went even further when the World Anti-Doping Agency...
He's your dad.
Jeez. I'm reading this literally. The Anti-Doping Agency said, yeah, it's true. But the International Ski and Snowboard Federation said, no. So they're going back and forth. Wow. So as for this hyaluronic acid, this guy, the Federation's communications director, said it all started from pure hearsay. There's never been any indication, blah, blah, blah. It's all a lie. Okay, so then we get a statement from a professor of aerodynamics expert in the United States, Virginia Tech. Stop laughing. And he said, based purely on aerodynamics, it's true. It could happen. In ski jumping, basically the main goal is to maximize your lift while minimizing your drag, if I can say that. And if you can do that, that just equates to going further. So he went into all this stuff where he said, but he did say that there is a significant caveat with these injections. He goes, I don't know how to put this delicately, but if it's creating a bulge in the crotch area, that would actually have a very detrimental effect. Hey, you think? But if it somehow increases the surface area while maintaining a smooth aerodynamic shape on the body, that could be a big advantage.
Now, I did see something on ratings that they were just off the chart with young women watching the ski jumps. That may have to something to do
now you know why. But this is, and I didn't make any of that up. This is actually
this is real.
This is real, yeah. And this sport is still reeling from a true, verifiable scandal. The head coach and the assistant coach at Norway, their men's team, they were suspended for a year and a half, 18 months for their role in manipulating jumper suits. Mm-hmm. And that was done at the Nordic World Championships. Nordic, go figure. 2 ski jumpers implicated in the matter, each accepted a 3-month suspension. The manipulation of the suits involved the seams of the crotch area.
Wow.
What are we talking about, crotches? But anyway, I mean, this is the Olympics that we're talking about here. I mean, so now besides a ban on injecting your junk, the IOC has banned the sale and usage of sock puppets. So there will be no more scandal about this. And on that note, we're moving on. Let's get into our local teams. What's going on with the Mavericks and the Comets?
I tell you, everything is great with those teams. The Comets, 9-4-2, 27 points, sit atop the entire MASL standings. Milwaukee and San Diego have 24 points but have played 2 fewer games. The Comets on Tuesday of this week play a 10:30 a.m. game at Milwaukee, and I know the boys are really going to be excited about getting on the bus, driving to Milwaukee, turning around, playing right 10 o'clock game and heading back. Rion Marquez and Zach Reguette, 2 superstars, so good. I think they became your daughter's favorite players when we all went to that game together. Reguette has 18 goals, Rion 17 goals. Rion at 2.4 goals scored per game average, by far tops in the league.
I would think.
Christian Andreos, 3 game-winning goals. Chad Vandegrift, who missed a game against the Strikers, and they lost. It was so embarrassing. I don't even remember the score. 11-3, something like that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Chad came back the next game, and it was all the Strikers could do to even see the net from. No. He's just a phenomenal defensive player. And then Philip Ijamadu, 8 wins, leads the league. So they're doing great. They're back Valentine's Day. What's that? This Saturday, 14th, and taking on San Diego, who is right behind him with the 24 points. And an interesting note that San Diego's goalkeeper, Boris Pardo, was a big-time success here in Kansas City. Had a family situation that he needed to go to the West Coast, and they accommodated him. And he's a class act from day one. Wonderful guy. Nice. The Mavericks, forget it. I mean, just put their name on the trophy this year.
They never lose.
Oh, my God.
Well, they lost once in a month?
Yes. Yeah. 34-8. That's a 77% winning percentage.
Wow.
They have allowed just 99 goals, by far the lowest in the league, and have scored 152. Oh. And this is with their best goalkeeper up at Coachella at the AAA level, Jack LaFontaine. He had 20 wins and a 2.21 goals against average. Then this rookie comes in who lost, I think he allowed 8 goals in his first game, and I'm like, without LaFontaine, they're dead. 15 games, 13 wins, and a 2.06 goals. That's microscopic.
Yeah.
Marcus Crawford, I believe, a defender, is going to be the MVP of the league. He leads the Mavericks with 53 points. The next highest total is Jackson Juding with 43 points. The Mavericks have 5 overtime wins. That's just if you're 500 there, you're doing well. And they're 5-1, and man, I mean the swagger and everything is back. And if they get LaFontaine back for the playoffs, and he played every game last year, and he was just exhausted by the end. If they can alternate him and Turness, and they do what they did during the regular season, Independence has a parade route for both teams if they win a championship. And I think this might be the year they need both those. Yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
Good shot. If you live in the Kansas City area, we highly recommend. If you're thinking, man, there ain't no sports going on right now. Yeah, there is. And these are 2 of the winningest franchises in the United States right now.
Absolutely.
There's no more football. Baseball hasn't started yet.
Right.
So get out and see the Kansas City Comets, the Kansas City Mavericks at Cable Dahmer Arena in Independence. You won't be disappointed.
No, you won't.
You will have a fun night. And they draw well. They
do.
both draw very well. It'd be a lot of fun. Okay, moving on to entertainment news this week, brought to you by our friends at Vito's Original Pizza on 7 Highway in Blue Springs. We got to start with some sad news. Brad Arnold, the frontman for the band Three Doors Down, died after a battle with kidney cancer. He was only 47. I know. 47 years old. Do you like them?
I
Three
do.
Doors Down?
Yeah. I like that song Kryptonite. It's a fun song.
Kryptonite is I think was their biggest hit.
Yeah.
He mentioned, and this happened fast to him because I'm going to say maybe 6 months ago he'd been diagnosed. He got the diagnosis with stage 4 kidney cancer, and then they canceled their summer tour for last year. And he explained that he was diagnosed with something called clear cell renal cell carcinoma, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the most common of kidney cancer, but it's spread to his lungs and metastasized. And he was gone in less than a year. It's really, really sad.
That's tough.
Kryptonite, Here Without You is a great song.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite is a song called When I'm Gone. And, Tony, you got to pull this up. The video for this was filmed on a place that you know quite well, CVN 73, the USS George Washington.
Oh.
Where Tony served 40 years.
Yeah, wow.
On the USS
Well, I got to call
Washington.
that up, too.
Yeah, so really, really good stuff there. More sad news. We go from Three Doors Down to Three Dog Night.
Weren't they? I think they were coming to one of the casinos this year.
I think you're right.
I saw them years ago, and they just don't get the credit they were as big as
100%,
anybody.
brother.
Totally.
I'm telling you, if you're thinking, well, Three Dog Night, it was three dudes, three lead singers, that's a boy band. No, that was a grown-ass man band, rock and roll band, because they kept the same guys. That band was their group.
Yep.
And you go back and look at videos, and they were one of the first bands that played stadiums.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking about early 70s. Mm-hmm. These guys were just great. And I'm talking about Chuck Negron. And if you're thinking, which one is he? He was the one that was always in the middle, the guy with the long hair. You know, he was from New York and actually was quite a basketball player. He got a college basketball scholarship, played basketball for 4 years. Meanwhile, he and these two buddies of his were doing this band, and he said, well, I think I'll put the basketball aside.
Yeah.
And these guys sold it's some ridiculous amount. It was like 80 million records in just a 6 or 7 year period.
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear One Is the Loneliest Number, that voice, that's him. And then you hear the start of Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That's him.
Yeah.
Eli's Coming.
Yeah.
And I mean, it gives me goosebumps. And I think one of the great, great songs ever, that Easy to Be Hard.
Oh, yeah.
And you catch the end, this very end of this. There's just not a whole lot of dudes that can do that. He kind of reminds me, not so much his voice, but just presentation and everything, of Steve Perry.
Yeah.
And he was 83 years old, but
he was that old?
Yeah, he was that old. He was
Okay.
83, but if you think of, well, they were so good and they had all these hits, why'd they break up? He became a serious, serious drug addict. Yeah. And it was extremely sad. They just didn't want to hire anybody new and go on. Mm-hmm. And he ended up sleeping on old cots under bridges in Los Angeles, and sharing needles with people. And it's just tragic. But he was able to recover, and he had spent many years, and I think the last 10 or 15 years, he'd been sober for about 15 years, helping others with various nonprofits and things to help people. So very sad there. You'll probably be really sad about this because I know one of your all-time favorite bands, Poison, are dropping their plans for this year's tour because Bret Michaels allegedly demanded 600% more money than the rest of those guys.
You know, Bret Michael did some red, white, and blue patriotic tour and came to the arena. And I know someone who went the arena, Cable Dahmer in Independence.
Yeah.
And he said it would have taken less time to introduce the audience than it did the members of the band. I mean, no, he's
So
that doesn't surprise me from some of the things I've heard about.
And it was their 40th anniversary tour. So the rest of the guys were saying, "Yeah, sure, let's go." And he said, "Yeah, pay me 6 times more than what you guys are getting." And they said, "Nah, we'll just stay home." Another guy, I don't think there's any gray area with this guy. I don't think when you bring up his name, people say, "Hey, he's all right." You either love him or you hate him. Roger Waters, formerly of Pink Floyd.
I love his music, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, no gray area, like I've said. The
none.
reason I'm bringing him up,
Absolutely not.
did you hear what he did when Ozzy Osbourne passed away? He came out and absolutely trashed Ozzy Osbourne after his death. He said, although he was all over TV for hundreds of years with his idiocy and nonsense, I don't understand why he was any good. It's like,
why? And
now you know what? So Pierce Morgan, who's a pretty sharp guy, he asked him about it. He goes, "What?" He goes, "I still mean it. I don't take it back." He said, "Well, what if Sharon was right?" He goes, "I don't give a damn."
Wow.
So he says he regrets nothing in life. Oh, how about getting kicked out of Pink Floyd? You dumbass. I don't like Roger Waters. I thought Pink Floyd was better without him, in my opinion. And I know what everybody's saying. Well, but he wrote all that stuff. That's fine. He wrote it all. But he played bass and he sang, in my opinion, okay. I think David Gilmour and the other two guys are just, he was whatever.
I was lucky enough to see them once. I'm sure people were wondering as they drove by Arrowhead Stadium why this giant pig.
You talking about 1991,
That's
1992?
Right in that area.
And he wasn't with them then. He'd already gone.
That's what I was going to say.
He was gone.
He was gone, and it was wonderful.
Well, he said when he left, when they booted, that you guys will never be the same. You won't be able to move on.
Yeah.
Well, watch this.
Yeah.
So, okay, if I offended anybody, sorry. And actor Ashton Kutcher, I didn't know he was a singer. Did you?
He is.
That's what we're all going to say. But he says he has a healthy obsession of doing a country album. Please.
How many country albums have we had to put
by
up
people
with?
That can't sing
or
not, And he even admits, he goes, "I am not a very good singer." Okay, then don't do it. And he says, "Well, I'm obsessed with getting this country album done." He says, "I really don't know when it's going to be done," but he did reveal the title of his first single, and it is "My Wife Ran Off with My Best Friend," and I sure do miss him. Ashton Kutcher. Okay, have you ever eaten at a James Beard Award restaurant?
Yes. My son was very big
While
in
you
the
had a
restaurant
beard?
business.
Yeah.
And it's an experience.
There are 5 restaurants in the Kansas City area. So if you're coming to if you live in Kansas City, then maybe you know these places. And if you don't, you're going to be here for a trip or the World Cup or whatever. 5 Kansas City restaurants have been named semifinalists for the James Beard Awards, which are, if you know about James Beard Awards, basically the one of the most prestigious awards in the food industry. I would say
the Oscars,
James
of the food
Beard and Michelin.
Yeah,
that's
right,
about it.
Right.
Okay. Tell me if you've been to any of these. This is up for best new restaurant. Anjin, Anjin. You ever been there?
No.
It's a Japanese restaurant.
Have you ever heard of it? No.
Okay, 17th and Oak Street, downtown.
Okay. Well,
that's
have
up for
to try
best
it.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Fern Bar?
No.
That's up for outstanding professional and cocktail service. Diana Condori. That's at just off 20th and Broadway. So that would be like close to Crossroads.
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't heard of the Fern Bar. Have you heard of the Town Company?
Nope.
An outstanding pastry chef or baker. They are at the Hotel Kansas City at 12th and Baltimore. You've been to Town Topic, though. I know you've been there.
Oh, I've been there.
Of course. That's the name of the restaurant. Of course. You ever heard of that one?
No.
Up for Best Chef. South Asian and American Cuisine. That's on the Kansas side. It's 159th Street in Overland Park.
Okay.
Have you heard of Drastic Measures?
No.
Yeah, you have, but that's not got nothing to do with the restaurant. Drastic measures.
Well, it makes me think of the ski jumping team.
Very drastic measures.
Very.
And maybe they go to this place because it's nominated for Outstanding Bar. That's on Neiman Road, 58th and Neiman in Shawnee. So those are the 5. There were some honorable mentions that maybe you have been to. Nacho Daddy, you've been to there. Lord of the Fries. And I know you've been to Mother Cluckin's Chicken Shack. Those were the honorable mentions. I know you've been to Cracker Barrel.
Oh, buddy. Many times.
If you work at Cracker Barrel, they have a policy that they are really strict about, and you can lose your job over if you don't adhere to this policy. But it's for employees that hit the road. So I wouldn't imagine it'd be the rank and file. It'd be people in the offices and whatever. When it comes to meals, the company says you must eat only at Cracker Barrel. If you're gone for a week and you eat at Mother Cluckin's Chicken Shack, you're out of a job. They say you have to eat at their restaurants. And
that's nuts. That's nuts, yeah.
So they say, and if they also bar the company from reimbursing alcohol purchases on business trips unless you ask for a beer. I mean, this is stupid. I mean,
wow.
You got to do that. Okay, and finally, Coke is in the news. There's going to be yet another new Coke, kind of.
Oh, the last have been so successful.
Oh, yeah, that went over like a fart in a funeral home. So they're coming out with a new cherry-flavored drink. It's a new cherry soda. They announced this week it's called the Coca-Cola Cherry Float. It's going to be out like before the end of the month. Does that sound any good to you? It's got the combination of cherry and vanilla flavors.
In Coke?
Yeah.
Cherry and vanilla flavors by themselves sound wonderful, but some restaurants
cherry
you
Coke
go,
though, right?
Yeah, I thought, but some of these places where you go and they have like 50 different selections, the circle thing, and you push them.
Yeah.
They've got an orange Coke. What sounds more disgusting than orange Coke?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they did. I love lemon and lime in my Coke, and but. Yeah, I would try that.
I think I would.
Now there's a Dr. Pepper that a friend of mine is addicted to. That is cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper.
I've had that,
and it's great. It kind of tastes more like cherry vanilla than it does the Dr. Pepper.
Really,
very good.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper's good.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Weird news of the week. Before I get into the story, you've donated things to Goodwill before,
sure,
or to Red Racks, or here the DAV. Yeah, we do every year. We do a lot of clothes and stuff, and but there's a lady who made a donation to Goodwill that the police want to talk to. She donated a human skull to Goodwill.
I've heard of this. Not this one. But I've heard of this, and some of the crazy tales they tell, man.
Yeah, the police got a call and they said, "Hey, we got a suspicious item here," and they took possession of what was actually a human skull that was wrapped in a shirt, and there was no visible damage to it. They gave it to the medical examiner, and now they want to talk to the woman who donated it. And as of today, they've made no headway. Okay. Stupid criminal of the week. A guy in Miami accused of stealing more than almost $500,000 in smart toilets. Not smart TVs, not smartphones.
Or not smart ass toilets.
No, not smart ass. But wow. This guy was arrested after an employee noticed that the stolen products sold on Facebook Marketplace, your favorite place, at suspiciously low prices, and they caught him. How do you hide toilets? He was charged with first-degree grand theft, organized fraud. So, have you ever heard of a smart? I'm serious.
No. I've heard of a bidet, and I still don't really understand that, but. No, what are they like heated and back massages?
Yeah, they have like it'll flush by itself.
Okay.
I guess once it reaches a certain funk level, it'll flush by itself. It has heated seats, night light, a deodorizer. Shit, it sounds like my car. I mean, I have got a heated seats, a deodorizer, and a night light in my car.
So the next time you tell me don't go in my car for a while, I better pay heed to that.
You better get 2 deodorizers.
Okay.
But I didn't know anything about smart.
I've never heard of them.
I mean, I guess when you have a lot of money and you are building a house with 4 bathrooms, you get smart toilets.
Wow.
I don't know. So that's weird news of the week. We do have some good news of the week, and this is good stuff. Number one, and we talked about this one of our early shows about life expectancy and things of that nature. So now life expectancy is back up again. The CDC says that life expectancy is now up almost to 80 years old, combined for men and women.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. Life expectancy for females is about 81 and a half, close to 77 for guys.
Yeah.
But it's up. More good news. Something is down, and that's drug overdose deaths are down in the United
awesome.
States. And this is a significant drop. It's a 21% drop through the 12-month period that ended in August of this past year compared to the 12 months before. And because when you think about this, almost 75,000 people died from overdoses in the recent one-year period. And for that to drop by 20%,
amazing.
Man, we can make some real headway with that if we keep this percentage going.
Well, you know, something that is so amazing, a drug called Narcan, that it's an inhalant. You put it up someone's nose when they're dead or having a seizure or something, and boom, they just come around. That stuff used to be on the black market. It was so hard to get.
You know what, Bill? I didn't give it any thought, but that I bet you what percentage of that 21%?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, you can walk into a police station now, and they have Narcan that you can just take.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't like that about 20 years ago.
That's good news.
Yes,
more good
very
news.
good news.
There's a new breast cancer DNA test that scientists say predicts which treatment will work best. Just a quick DNA test, and
like a swab or something.
Yep, and the researchers saying this could be game changing. There's more than 2 million women worldwide that are diagnosed with breast cancer each year. My wife is a survivor. She was diagnosed in 2004, and now she's 22 years in.
Yep.
But this would be really big, because it would tell you right away, okay, let's go. We're going to this protocol, which, if it's the right protocol, will boost survival rates. And one more story. There's a biotech startup out on the West Coast that says it has found a way to trick cancer cells into destroying themselves with a molecular glue. Neomorph is the name of this company. And they started this clinical trial involving a kidney cancer patient, and the molecular glue, whatever it is being used to treat a common form of kidney cancer, which is similar to the one that the singer for Three Doors Down died with.
Okay.
And they said that this glue redirects the body to dispose of harmful proteins by labeling them as trash, junk, so the enzymes actually throw them away.
Now, is it an injection? Is it oral?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Anything with cancer. I've lost so many people to cancer, and it just. Ugh.
It looks like, we're making a lot of progress. I hope that even non-cancer drugs, I'm gonna get serious here. Wegovy and Ozempic, which were thousands of dollars for an injection, and the treatments for Crohn's disease and rheumatoid arthritis and other. You just watch TV for a half hour.
Oh,
you're gonna see nothing but biologic commercials and gambling commercials.
I know.
And maybe Mike's got this, but other than that, and those drugs are all coming down. Those prices of those drugs are all coming down.
Totally.
Whether it's Trump putting pressure on pharmaceuticals? I don't know. I don't care. We don't get into politics on this. But we're seeing now that they're still ridiculously high. Ridiculously high. I think Wegovy and Ozempic are starting to really kind of fall down to where people can afford it. But even the other drugs, you have to get a grant or something to be able to afford them. But these drugs are coming down. And I just hope that these cancer drugs are affordable for not just people in clinical trials, but for the general public. Because, we've all had these conversations about pharmaceutical companies. How do they make their money? Well, they're selling drugs. Yeah. Well, and the higher they sell them, sure. So let's hope not.
Well, you've got cancer. There may be a drug out there that can help you, that can cure you, and you can't afford it. Come on. This is the United States. That's not right.
You said it, brother. Amen.
Hey, we're taking the show on the road, and you're going to enjoy this as much as we are going to enjoy it. We're going up to the Soccer Dome off Front Street, North Kansas City, and visit with Coach Steven Stokich and some of his Comets players at the Soccer Dome. This is going to be fun. Producer Tony has us all set up. I think there may be a fist fight or two because every guy on the team wants to be on this program, and we're not going to have room for that. But it's going to be an insightful look into one of the cornerstone teams of the Major Arena Soccer League, and we can't wait.
We're on the road at the Soccer Dome in Kansas City, and this rose between two thorns is Coach Steven Stokich.
If you want to put it that way.
You ever been called a rose, Coach?
I have not yet, no.
By another man?
Valentine's Day, so yeah. What joy this team has brought to this community. 2013-14 team won the MISL championship with Coach Stokich at the helm. They've made deep runs into the playoffs, and they're certainly going to do that again this year. Watch practice today, and pretty spirited. I was talking to Tony, my buddy over there, and if you want to see some real tenacity and real spirit, you can see it up here, and it gets pretty noisy too.
It does.
What'd you think of practice today?
I think the boys were really good today. I think they worked hard. The mentality was there in preparation for a big game on Saturday. But it's been like this all year long. Yeah. Like the guys, they're competitive. They want to win a championship, and it starts here on the field.
So many times teams can have success, but it just doesn't translate to the community. The way this team has embraced the community, all the appearances that you have after every home game, unless you're leaving right after the game, players signing autographs, posing for photos. I have brought so many people to games this year, and they can't wait to come back. How important is it getting the community involved?
It's very important. We had that culture. We've always had that culture. Since I've been here since 2010.
Yep.
But I felt like there was a moment there we kind of lost it a little bit. So when I took over, that was very important for me to rebuild that again. So when it comes down to appearances, if that is after the game, schools, whatever it is, it was a big deal for me to get us back in the community even more than we were before.
Yes. Yep.
And build that relationship with our fans and people in the community.
Well, Coach, it shows because this franchise leads the league in attendance.
Yes.
And if you weren't making a connection, you'd have a lot of empty seats. So it goes without saying that the community's really embraced this and playing at Cable Dom Arena, which is a great place in eastern Jackson County. All right, so we're 2/3 of the way through the season now, and you Bill and I have talked about this all year long on the podcast. You have some of the greatest players in the league on this team. How do you keep them motivated for the final third of the season? I know what you're going to tell me. We're going to go one game at a time, and I understand that. But it's got to be a tough grind when you have this many good players.
For me personally, is the level that they're at and the players that they are, they motivate themselves.
That's good.
So for me personally, it's not that big of a job. It's more of putting that together and making the pieces fall into place for them to be successful. So I think they have the mentality. They work hard. They're always ready to play. They're always ready to train. And what I love about this group is no matter what we're going through, the good and bad times, we're always together. So no matter what's going on outside of because it's again, there's a lot of things that happen outside of the field that can affect on the field.
Sure.
So for me personally, these guys are a great group of guys. We're a family. One of our biggest value is family is number one, and we truly believe that, and we live for it. So I think for me, is game by game, but there's a longer picture of okay, what's going to happen when that playoff happens because that's a new season. Whatever you did before in the 24 games, it doesn't matter until playoffs because it's totally new.
Oh,
So for me, it's preparation for that is what's most important.
I get it. So you've answered the question. I mean, there's the picture we are at now, but then there's a bigger picture
Correct.
that we're going to be at
Correct.
that we have to focus on.
Correct.
I get it.
Steph, how important is it having the depth you have this year? Because you can basically put 2 starting units out there, and you're not missing much of anything when you bring in guys that maybe don't start again.
Well, again, we go back to when I took over. When that was part of my presentation to the owners was my one of my goal was to have us out more in the community.
Yes.
Do appearances, do everything. But the other thing was to build depth within the 3 years that my contract's in. So I felt like I've achieved those 2 things, but there's one last piece that was within my goals is winning a championship.
Yes.
So if we did the first 2 things, now the big objective is winning the trophy.
How much fun is it for you on game day? Knowing your wife and the 3 kids are going to be there at the game, and near sellout every game at home. What is game day like for Stefan Stopich?
It's a reward. All the hard work that we do, that game day is a reward. It's a proud moment for me to be able to be a head coach for a professional team like this, an organization, number one. Secondly, my parents, they're all over Facebook. They're not here, but when they do come, my family, wife, and kids, it's a big moment for me. Every game, game day, any game, but game day at home are very, very special because you have family and friends there. And I can't explain it. It's an unbelievable feeling.
What's it like looking out on the field and seeing Chad Vandegrift, the all-time leader in blocks in this game, Rion Marquez, who's become a marquee scorer, Zach Reggett, the magician, so many great guys that, if you had a big ego out there, it might be a problem. But the way you'll never see a bigger smile on somebody's face than when Rion gets a pass off to Nacho and Nacho scores the goal. Rion's just as excited. How do you create that type of culture?
Culture is the main thing. No matter, you can have all the best players in the league, you can have, but if you don't have the culture and the environment, it doesn't matter.
Well, when we watched it during practice today, there was a lot of lightheartedness at the beginning. Like maybe with the first 10, 15 minutes, Bill, they were practicing and listening to your assistant, but it was fun. And then I went outside to get some batteries for these, and I came back in, and these guys were just, it looked like I said, is there a game going on right now? And they were so into it. And your assistant coaches, and it's like, so you could see that culture of, yeah, we really love each other. That's great. And I saw a couple of guys bang into one another and get on the floor right in front of us. And they were, oh God, are you all right? I know that's not happening during the ball.
No.
But I saw it. And it's a testament to you and your coaches, what this team projects on the field. Not only are they really good, but they're good sports. I mean, they know when they got to get rough, and they know when they can play together.
Correct. So within what we're doing is like, for me in practice, if you don't do the hard work, game day is irrelevant. Because if you every day play like today, for instance, like you talk about this training session, if they're not training like it's a game, how are they going to compete in the game? So for me, our mentality here is we have a healthy environment and a competitive culture that we're going, but as a family as well too. Now a game is different, on the ground, different things. But again, for me, if we don't train hard here, we don't play hard, we don't get the reward on game day. So
great.
Our first road trip is to the soccer dome. I love practice. This is a much love watching this team play. You guys are just so special to me. Coach Stefan Stopich, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it, buddy.
thank you.
And we'll see you again, and hopefully when we're raising that trophy.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hey, Kansas City, when you talk about the absolute best of the best, you're talking about these two guys right here. Rion Marquez, leading scorer in the Major Arena Soccer League. Chad Vandegrift battling out with an old buddy, Roberto Palmer, to see who is going to be the all-time leader in blocks. He leads this season. Two-time Defensive Player of the Year. Rion, let's start with you. How important is it when the defense make great plays? How does that spark the offense?
Oh, that helps the offense big time. And the plays that Chad, Nacho, Pino, and all the Licia and all the guys in the back, they help us gain confidence and being able to not just play good defense, but being able to play out of the back and create chances up top. He always starts with them back there.
And Chad, with you, how satisfying is it to make a big block and see it turn into some offense for the team?
Yeah, I mean, a block for a defender is exciting. You know, you want to keep the ball out of the goal. You want to be your goalie's best friend. So anytime I can make those plays, you know, I'm happy about it.
You guys are in this is the final third of the year. Now, we had Coach on a little bit ago, and I kind of pumped the brakes a little bit when I told him, I said, I know you're playing one game at a time, but what are you looking for? And Coach got really excited because he said, well, yeah, we want to win all these games, and we need to do this, but then we're looking for the playoffs. We're going to play our best now, so we know we're going to make. So you guys, I know this is a big game coming up Saturday. We're at the third of the season left. You got San Diego 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys are going to be killing each other for the next couple of weeks. But what is the mindset with you guys as individual players, as a team, going into every game's a big game? Every game's a big game. But then we start all over again. What are you thinking? Are you thinking that far ahead? Or, what is it with you guys?
So, yeah, 8 games left, I believe.
Yeah.
So you're at 5.
5 with San Diego, yeah.
We actually talked about it a little bit in the locker room today, but it's always been the same. We want to continue to get on the same page. You know, we want to be organized and we want to be on the same page, especially the last third of the season. Mm-hmm. And we want to have that momentum going into playoffs. So organization and momentum, and obviously healthy players leading into playoffs. Do you want to add on to that?
No, definitely agree. I think the most important thing right now is to build momentum. If we go 8-0 right now in these last 8 games, or we lose in the first round, it doesn't fit us.
Yeah.
But if we go 5-3 and we win the chip, remember a few years ago we had Monterrey go 24-0.
Yeah.
And they were out in the first round. So obviously, with that being said, every game matters, right? We want to win every game. If you can't win all the 8, we want to. But the most important right now is to make sure we're creating that momentum to go towards the playoffs and achieve our ultimate goal, which is to win the championship.
With so many games against one team, you know, who's right. I mean, you're clustered at the top with Milwaukee, Kansas City, and San Diego, and St. Louis is not far behind either. What is the mindset with? We got these guys. We know these guys. We play these guys so well. I mean, there's obviously not going to be a letdown, but is there a risk of overconfidence at times or not?
This season's very competitive. I mean,
it really is.
All the games we beat, and we also lost all of them. So it's more about coming prepared. I mean, and you can't overlook anybody. You have to be the best version of yourself and your team. So, you cannot overlook anybody this year. And, these games are important because we want to get a good seeding as well.
Of course. So, Rion, so you're gonna kick some goals.
Yeah, like Chad said, the gap between like the best team and the worst team this year is like so small that
it is.
Anyone can beat anybody any given time. Playing somebody 5 times out of 8 games, it's a lot. But we've been through that with St. Louis, playing 4 games in a row. So it's just getting to know them and getting to adjust and figure out what's the best matchup every game in and out. So
I feel so fortunate to be able to see you guys off the court, see the camaraderie you have. How important is it to be friends, to respect the guys you're playing with, and to want them to have as much success individually as you have?
Definitely. I feel like that's above all. For you to win it, you have to make sure we have a principle that we call we are family. We have to make sure we have chemistry in and out of the field. I might not like Chad, but we need to make sure that we're in for each other, because at the end of the day, I'm willing to put my body on the line for him, and I expect him to do the same. So having that sense of camaraderie is essential for a team that wants to be.
That's a bold statement when Chad has the last say here.
I know.
No, that we get along very well. Honestly, everybody says their locker room's the best, but
Sure.
it's fun in there. I mean, we're supposed to get here early, but we want to get here early. It's scary. We have a great time in there, and everybody's rooting for everyone.
Yes, cool.
Guys, a big practice this morning, a huge game, 6:05 p.m. at Cable Dahmer Arena on Valentine's Day. Kansas City Comets, best of the best. Rion Marquez, Chad Vandegrift. Guys, we can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back again next week with another episode of Bill and Tony's Excellent Adventure, live from Sandy's Restaurant Studios in Blue Springs, Missouri. Remember, all of our full podcast episodes are available on Spotify, on YouTube, on Patreon. You could check out Reels on TikTok. Also, hook up with us on Facebook and Instagram. And we always welcome your comments, and we would love it if you would like and subscribe and even share if you'd like to do that. He's Bill Althouse. I'm Tony Stevens. Take care.
See y'all.